Hello and welcome to the Tibby Show. Today we have another achievement guide, which is Holy Roman and an Empire, which is As the Pope, Restore Rome. In this video, we're going to be having the Pope by 1937, and we're going to be restoring Rome by 1939. This guide does not rely on any RNG, which I think makes us very good. For starters, we will be doing single player, new game, January 1st, 1936 start date, and we will be choosing Italy. Now you might be wondering why my map looks a little bit different. That is because I'm running the FPS map mod. Just changes how things look. We will be doing regular difficulty, Iron Man mode of course, and historical AI focuses. And we will not be doing a focus for the first 15 days. What we will be doing is we're going to be releasing Eritrea as well as Somalia. And we're going to be building a bunch of military factories inside Italy. I'm not going to be showing you research throughout the video, except I will tell you that you need to research paratroopers. For equipment, just finish all the ships. We're going to be deleting these two factories on our Air Force, we don't need that. And for now, this is what my production is going to be looking like. I will be combining my entire army. And I will be setting up some troops into position, with one army in the border of France, one army in the border of Austria, and one army in the border of Yugoslavia. We're also going to be releasing the independent state of Croatia inside Zara, just because it's a pain to hold. Throughout the game, if you're having resource deficiencies, just buy more. Okay, the reason why we puppeted Eritrea and Somali, so we can bypass this Ethiopian war logistics focus. And when we have 15 political power, we're going to be withdrawing from Ethiopia. This is going to give us a white peace with Ethiopia, and they keep any land that they take, so we have to do this quickly. And the war is over, a staggering failure. And now we had a bunch of focuses that have auto-completed. One of them is struggle in Ethiopia. And now we're going to be convening the Grand Council. This is going to start us down the path of getting rid of Mussolini. This is going to move us a little bit towards the Grand Council of Brown Party. Okay, I'm going to explain the balance of power real quick. Think of it as like a little mini game. You have two opposing sides. One, you have the Grand Council of the Brown Party, and two, you have Mussolini. Depending on where the balance lays, you may get different bonuses. For example, you can get some political power, stability, and war support while losing some army experience gain and naval experience gain. You can always change which level this is on by using these tiny little decisions that are right here. Now you have to be very careful because losing core territory as well as non-core territory will move the balance of power closer towards the Grand Council of Brown Party. If you get over to 90% to 100%, you'll have a civil war. That civil war is avoidable, of course, if you put the Pope into power, because the Grand Council of Brown Party will no longer exist. So in the meantime, avoid taking focuses such as undermining El Duce and conspiracies in the shadows, which will move the balance of power closer towards the Grand Council of Brown Party until after you have the Pope. When you have the Pope, then you can do those focuses if you want. Okay, we have convened the Grand Council. Mussolini, your days are numbered. Now let's depose Mussolini. This is going to get rid of Mussolini, and we're going to have a new leader, which is going to be a table. There we go. A table full of people is our leader. Next focus we're going to be doing is going to be foreign affairs. In order to bring the Pope into power, we have to put the monarchists into power. And to do that, we're going to be putting the staunch monarchist, who gives us a daily support of unaligned, as a political advisor. We're also going to be making 24 infantry divisions. Oh yeah, also get this radio. It's very good. That reinforce rate, very nice. Okay, we had a focus bypass, that's fine, we don't have to worry about that. And now we're going to do army primacy. This is going to give us some army experience and military factories, but honestly, it's just mostly for that army experience. Okay, it is April 25th, I'm going to be justifying a war goal on Yugoslavia. As you can see, they are guaranteed by France, Czechoslovakia, and Romania. We're going to be going to war with all three of them before France joins the Allies. This justification is going to take 225 days. That's plenty of time to prepare. Very quickly, let's throw on 5 military factories onto transport planes. We're going to need about 70 of them. Okay, and as soon as these troops are ready, just immediately push them out. Army primacy is done. Let's do Italian highways. I'm going to do anti-democratic raids so that we can get rid of some of that democracy. Because I don't want to lose my core here, I'm going to be placing some troops just to defend these 2 ports. Let's get some more military factories. Paratroopers is done, very nice, very nice. I'm going to be making a 2-width division of paratroopers, and I'm going to be making about 24 of them. Let's ban democracy. Okay, we now have enough monarchist support to continue down our monarchist focus tree. And just deploy these troops whenever they're ready. Okay, that focus is done, and we need 50% support for Monarchist Party before we can continue to power to the king. So let's do Ministry of Italian Africa. I'm also going to move on to civilian oversight. 28%. This is going to take a little while. And now we can do anti-Brown Party raids. Honestly, we don't need the civilian factory. Let's get a steel industry. I'm going to deploy my transports, the border with France, and then I'm going to prepare a paradrop all over France. I'm going to be putting each paratrooper onto a victory point. We don't need many, but we need at least a few. First one's going to be landing on Paris, and the next few landing on the victory points that are nearby. And let's put officers onto our army. The war is going to be starting very, very soon. Okay, we will be declaring war on Yugoslavia now. And our paratroopers have launched. France has almost capitulated. Okay, this is looking good. Yeah, they're done. Perfect. There we go. Let's wait a few days. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna puppet them. We're gonna take resource rates and we're gonna take factory rates. Reason for this is because honestly, we can't afford it. We don't have the manpower and we don't have the troops to protect the border. And I really don't want to get into a civil war. So let's just puppet them and let's take their fleet. And for some reason, my game audio stopped recording at this point. I have no idea what happened. It is what it is. And the best way to beat Yugoslavia is to just hit in the south. You can attack using your troops from 3 different provinces, which gives you a bonus. And let's get some more anti-Brown Party raids. We're almost there. Okay, we have made a breakthrough. Let's encircle and let's rush to the south. 44%. We are looking good. Made a little encirclement. Let's see if I can make another one here. While you're waiting to get that 50% monarchist support, you can do whatever focus you want to. The war in Yugoslavia is looking really, really good. Nice, they have capitulated. We're going to be taking everything, including their tiny fleet. And we're very quickly going to put our forces on the border with Romania and rush and try to take as many tiles as we can before their army arrives. We only have a few days to do this. I'm going to try to take as many of these mountain tiles as I can because I hate fighting in the Romanian mountains. Okay, the front lines have solidified. There is no way we're going to be pushing through this. Once this focus is done, we should be able to continue down our monarchist focus tree. Nice. Power to the king. I'm gonna bring over my air transports. Gonna make some air bases a little bit closer to the border between Romania and myself. Power to the king is done. Okay, and now we're going to be doing seek papal support. This is going to change the national balance of power between our king here and the Pope instead of the Grand Council of Brown Party. Oh yeah, I made a bunch of more paratroopers, And what we're going to do is we're going to paradrop onto Romania, because honestly, I can't be bothered to fight them. Not able to launch my troops, so I'm going to be bringing my air force over to give myself some supremacy. Okay, that worked. We are landing, and no one's home. Okay, we should be able to capitulate them. I'm going to very quickly pin all of their forces down. Ooh, so close, so close, so close. Come on. Nice. There we go. I'm going to take everything, including their tiny fleet, same thing as Yugoslavia. I did justify a war goal onto Austria, and they ended up getting guaranteed by the British. That is fine because they are our next target. We are still at war with Czechoslovakia. In the war with Czechoslovakia, they are a pain. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get 10 Italian divisions, and I'm going to prepare a naval invasion for Dover. And I'm going to combine my entire fleet into one single super fleet. Going to request all my forces from France. Gonna rush some forces over to the border with Czechoslovakia, and we're just gonna hold, we're not gonna push. Put some forces on the border with Greece, on the border with Hungary, and on the border with Austria. Okay, we have papal support, and we're now going to utilize the black shirts. Now you might be wondering why. It's because it gives us a political advisor that traditionally moved the balance of power 15% closer towards the Grand Council of Brown Party. Because the Grand Council no longer exists, instead of bringing it 15 to him, it brings it 15 to the Pope. This is how we're going to get the Pope a lot faster. Oh yeah, let's expand the Lateran Treaty. You can do this once a year. This moves the balance over to the Pope. Ooh, the Czechs are making a strong push. I'm going to be dividing my fleet into everything in one fleet, except for submarines, and just those submarines in another fleet. We have utilized the black shirts. Our next focus is going to be agents of the church. This is going to give us 5% more towards the balance of power for the Pope. Okay, so we're at 15% now, and watch. We will hire this guy, and now it's at 30. Agents of the church is done. Let's strengthen the papacy. Strengthen the papacy is done. The reason why we didn't do this focus earlier is because now, if we do this focus, it'll move the balance of power 15% towards the Pope instead of the Grand Council of Brown Party. So we're going to be doing this so that we can get the Pope. And let's get some reforms. This is going to give us 15% more for the Pope. Okay, we actually got it way early. We didn't even have to undermine the Duce. God wills it. The Pope is now in charge of Italy. He's not bad. Now that we have the Pope as our leader, our focus tree has opened up a secret focus path. The Papacy Reborn. We're going to be canceling this focus and immediately do the Papacy Reborn. And let's declare war on Austria, which will immediately call in the UK. Also, let's justify a war goal on Greece. Our naval invasion has launched. I'm going to hold my fleet. And we are the Papacy. Das Volt. Look at that, papal state. Very cool. All we have to do is really hold the line with Czechoslovakia and Austria. Once we capitulate the British, they will capitulate automatically. Okay, let's rush those victory points and let's bring over our entire army. We're running low on fuel, so I'm going to be buying some from the Soviets. London has fallen. The rest of Britain next. Just keep rushing those victory points. The British have almost capitulated. And nice. And I'm just going to take all of the United Kingdom's land, all of Czechoslovakia, and all of Austria. I'll be puppeting Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, the British Raj, and Malaya. At this point, I'm going to be getting a spy, and I'm going to move on to superior firepower, as well as battlefield support. For my air command, I'm going to get dive bombing and ground support. I'm going to prepare a naval invasion for Greece, and I'm going to move my new fleet over. Okay. Declare war on Greece. Launch that naval invasion. Let's justify a war goal on Turkey. And we have landed. Let's rush a port. Nice. Greece has almost fallen. Fighting in these mountains can be kind of a pain. I'm going to prepare a small naval invasion for Crete. It seems that I can't quite capitulate the Greeks. Okay, I got diplomatic training. And I got this well-groomed spy. I'm gonna put him on diplomatic pressure onto the Germans so that I can very quickly get a non-aggression pact before they come for the Sudetenland. It's gonna improve relations as well. Nice, Greece has capitulated. Let's just take everything. And let's take their fleet as well. So I accidentally forgot to hit record. Basically what happened was I beat Turkey and then I beat Bulgaria. Very easy wars. I had declared war on Hungary and I was halfway through beating them before I realized, oh, I'm not recording right now. And considering it's 3 tiny nations, very easy to defeat at this point, I'm not gonna start over. I did continue down my focus tree. I went from Das Vault to A Time for War, which gave me a bunch of war goals on non-majority Catholic nations, such as Belgium and the Netherlands, and I believe Hungary as well. I then went on doing the Holy Land. In order to do this focus, you have to own the state of Palestine. And then I went on to the Catholic Dominion, which changed my papal state, national spirit, to the Catholic Dominion, which is honestly really powerful. It also made it cheaper to puppet countries, and it gave us the option to form Rome. I also did the Iberian protection focus, which sends an event over to both Portugal and to Spain. Either they can become my puppet or I get a war goal on them. Either way, it's a win-win. Hungary is almost fallen. They just keep spamming this last stand, so it's just taking a second. My goodness. Come on, Hungary. Let's declare war on Belgium using our puppet war goal that we got from that focus. We're going to just be rushing these victory points. Nice, Hungary has capitulated, and we have done Iberian protection. Let's see if we can puppet them. Goodbye, Belgium. I'm going to be puppet annexing France, so let's give them a bunch of our stuff. This will lower its autonomy. Nice, Portugal has accepted they are our puppet, and Nationalist Spain said no. So we get a war goal on them. Goodbye, Netherlands. Just wait a few days. You really want their puppet, the Indonesians, to join. If they don't join, you can't puppet them. And we will be taking everything of the Netherlands, puppeting the Indonesians, taking your resource rights and factory rights from them. Okay, I'm going to be preparing some forces for defeating Spain. Goodbye, Luxembourg. And just annex. Put our forces on the border with Spain. I'm just going to field marshal assault this. Lower the autonomy of France. Goodbye, Spain. Let's call in both of our puppets. Honestly, this is very easy. The Spanish will not survive for long. Okay, I'm going to be doing Balkan Ambition. I'm just going to annex all of Spain. And I'm going to take their fleet. Now, I don't necessarily use it, but I'm going to be justifying Orgel on Switzerland. More Lend-Lease for France. Going to build a bunch of stuff inside our Croatian puppet so that we can lower their autonomy. Because we need them as well. We need their land as well to form Rome. Just a bunch of random stuff. Balkan ambition is done. Let's do Albanian occupation. The Pope has died. Don't worry though, we get a new Pope. And France, goodbye. Now let's just send everything that we sent to France over to our Croatian puppet. I'm just going to send about 1,000 convoys at a time, just because it kind of gets buggy with the autonomy system. Goodbye, Albania. We really only now need this one little spot of land. Just gonna send them everything. Poland has refused. Rip to you. Good luck. I have never had them survive. Especially since I didn't even do my air focuses. Okay, and annex. There we go. We can now form Rome. We now are this dark red color. Rise of Regnum Rhonium. We get a bunch of options to core a bunch more land. At this point, you can very easily and very quickly defeat the Soviet Union, defeat Germany. There is really nothing stopping you from even doing a world conquest at this point. There's no one that can stop you. You are the most powerful nation on Earth. Now, I won't be going further in this campaign just because I don't want to make this video any longer. We have formed Rome by 1939 as the Pope. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day.